All right, welcome into episode 11 of Shippy and Grubes. I'm Shippy.
I'm
is.
Grubes.
Oh, damn it.
We're going to figure that out.
One day. I
Yeah.
can't remember if I'm supposed to like say he is or if you're just going to say Grubes. Or...
I just like to say I'm Grubes.
Okay.
That's what I always did at the previous radio station called The Freak.
Okay, well, I'm Shippy.
I'm Grubes.
And this is Shippy and Grubes. Thank you for joining us today, episode number 11. Shout out to Logan Stankoven and Kyrie Irving.
Hell yeah.
Our two favorite 11s.
And you Darvish?
And you Darvish.
I love him.
I love him too, even though he lost the elimination game with the Padres.
Yeah. Hey, what can you do?
Not a whole lot. It's all in the past.
It's sports.
It's sports, and we're gonna get to a head coach who likes to put the reality of life very blatantly when in regards to sports.
I'm very interested in this man.
Yes, and we'll do a deeper dive on him later, but there's just one clip that we're going to get to here in a minute.
Really makes you think.
Really makes you think. It actually inspired me to take action in an aspect of my life that I've neglected recently.
Whoa.
So we'll get to that. That's a tease.
That is a tease.
That is a damn tease.
We worked in radio.
Yeah, we did. And the Dallas Cowboys didn't play.
Thank God.
Dak got engaged.
That's nice.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Dak. I
He's
did
got
see.
a baby?
Yep, got
Already?
a baby.
Yeah.
Now got a wife on the way. That sounds like
He's going to deliver his
yeah,
wife
he's gonna deliver a wife in about 9 months
Yeah.
when it's time.
after it incubates.
Yes. Once it's ready,
Like a chicken.
they will join.
It'll hatch.
A lot of jokes about at least somebody in the Prescott household getting a ring.
Yeah,
all the
like-
cheap shots. I feel so bad for him because he wants to make a major move in his life, and I get it. It's funny, but it's just it's just such an obvious joke. And it's like, can you just let the guy live? He's enjoying his bye week, making a big decision, and you guys
Yeah.
got to remind him about his football team is not very good.
Like he needs the reminder. And
Right.
Yeah, like just, you can celebrate the person. You can make fun of the athlete. Like,
Yeah.
or make fun of the team. But, it's just the people that kind of take it too personal. But like you said, something like that, it's the obvious joke. You put it out, you tweet it out there, you're going to get all your likes and hearts and retweets and quote
But
tweets.
can you when you're America's quarterback?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it comes with it, but it's also like, let the guy live
Yeah, let the guy live.
with his big Dak field.
Yeah.
Give him his privacy.
Yeah, seriously. Do not stop posting the pictures of his
Yeah.
mansion that he just bulldozed to build a bigger one.
That you can fly over and see a football field that just says
Dak.
but he needs his privacy.
He needs his privacy. And he also, I've seen him in public before, he'll wear a hat that says Dak on it.
Really?
But it'll be, real low over his eye. This is years ago. Back when I used to go out all the time.
Uh-huh.
And he was, a rookie or a sophomore, his sophomore season or whatever. And, he would wear a hat like this, and he'd be walking around, in a club, and it's like, bro, your hat says Dak.
It's like us wearing our Shippy and Grubes hat during a show.
yeah,
Or except, I guess, the opposite, because we are on mic and announcing who we are and
Yes.
hoping that people attend.
yes.
But maybe when we do our event later in this evening on this specific day,
Yes.
maybe we both wear our Shippy and Grubes hats.
Yes, and maybe we'll get into that in a second. I'm
As we
very
should.
excited. We've got some pretty cool, a pretty cool opportunity today. I've never
Yeah.
done what we're about to do before, actually.
Oh,
have
it's
you?
exciting.
It's exciting, and that's another tease.
Tease.
Because I wanted to get right back to the Cowboys because they're still fun to make fun of, even on their bye week, as Derrick Henry goes on an 81-yard run. And then Troy Aikman decides to bring up the teams that should be kicking themselves. They didn't even try to talk to him.
There's got to be a lot of teams out there that had opportunities to bring in Derrick Henry that are kind of kicking themselves for not doing it. But he has been an absolute perfect fit for this Ravens attack. This one's batted down off the hand of Levante David. Can you think of any teams offhand? We'll just throw this out there. The off-season home for Derrick Henry is in Dallas, Texas. Anyway, Levante David.
Man, the Cowboys have definitely been taking their shots lately with, between Jerry on the Fan
Yeah.
last week and then this and, a little bit of an own goal type of situation too where, Troy Aikman sometime when he was on the ticket
Yeah.
last week talked about how, what the receivers' routes were a little
The routes were
and-
lazy unless they thought they were getting the ball. They didn't really try hard.
Yeah.
Which
and
is
so,
not surprising to hear.
Yeah, and so, of course, they have Mike McCarthy's press conference yesterday, I believe, and ask him about it. He's like, oh, I don't really put much stock in what he says. Like, it's Troy Aikman.
Yeah, like
there's a way to say, like, hey, we can't worry about what the outside people say or something like that, but instead, basically, like,
just try to discredit him.
Discrediting him, yes, thank you, of, Troy Aikman, Cowboys Hall of Famer, been an analyst on TV for 20 years, like he's got some credibility and, obviously still knows the game pretty well, knows what he's seeing.
Yeah.
And, it just feels like McCarthy, I don't know if he's trying to, show like, hey, I'm backing my guys, even though I'm a lame duck with, this is my last season potentially and don't have another year on my contract and all that. Like, I don't know. It's an interesting time to be a Cowboys fan. I guess it's never really boring.
It's always interesting.
The team sucks a lot,
time.
but it's never boring.
No, and like I was just kind of like I was getting ready for work when I heard that, and like it killed me when he goes, "Well, I'll just say that in the offseason he works out in Dallas, Texas." Anyway, like, and then they just move on. I was like, all right.
I was gonna say that was well played by Joe Buck, and Troy left it alone. Where it's like, hey. He's already said what he needed to say without fully saying it, but then Joe kind of, moving it a little closer to that edge.
Well, and I wonder if Troy had like felt some type of way about Mike McCarthy coming out and saying that about him, if that like kind of inspired or fueled that little jab at his former franchise, like
yeah,
he may not have appreciated that, like because like you said, it's one thing to say, hey, we're not worried about the outside noise, we're gonna keep it here, blah blah blah, football jargon. And it's another thing to just be like, well, we don't really care what he says. Like,
right.
We don't
care
value
what this
his
Cowboys
opinion.
legend says
Yeah,
about the team that I'm currently employed by.
Right. So, yeah.
It's fun.
It seems like even when they're not playing, the Cowboys can still take an L.
Yeah, and Jerry always finds a way to keep the team in the spotlight, so there you go.
But if the Cowboys were to talk to Joe Mazzulla, the head coach of the Boston Celtics, they'd be like, it doesn't matter what happens because we're all going to die soon anyways. This is Joe Mazzulla talking about the pressure to maximize this Celtics window and talking about their title defense this season.
But what kind of pressure do you feel to kind of maximize this opportunity that you have with this group?
Zero, no pressure. We're all going to be dead soon, and it really doesn't matter anymore, so there's zero pressure. You're either going to win or you're not. And when you win, you try to forget about it a week later, and when you lose, you try to forget about it a week later. And so it's not pressure, it's an opportunity. And we have an opportunity here over the next few years, however long we're together. We've said this in the past, like we have an opportunity to carry the organization forward, to double down on the tradition and the history of what this organization has. And what else would you expect than someone expecting you to win all the time? I wouldn't want someone expecting me to lose all the time. That would be debilitating. So we have an expectation to win. We have great character, great talent, and we just have to work to maximize that, and we're going to rely on the players to do that.
I love that man so much. Like, I've been fascinated by him for a while. Me and Shippy have talked about, we're going to do a full-on segment about him in January when
the Celtics visit the Mavericks.
Yes, but I am fascinated by Joe Mazzulla because of comments like that where it's some combination of taking the question literally, but then also acting like in the end, none of this matters. We're all gonna, especially that one says, we're all gonna die.
And he says
it's
soon.
basketball. Yeah.
I'm like, bro, what? How soon are we talking?
I mean,
I want to know what he knows that we don't.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what?
I mean, it probably just means relatively. Like, the universe will probably go on for a long time.
True.
We're just a speck.
And time flies.
It really does.
When you're having fun.
Yeah, like we are.
Yeah.
Shippy and Grubes.
Yes.
I'm Grubes.
And I'm Shippy.
So Joe Mazzulla is, I cannot wait to go through as many quotes as we possibly can in a couple months, but he just is so weird, and I'm so glad that he got this opportunity to be a head coach, because what happened, is it Ime Brown? Ime Udoka?
Yes.
Sorry.
Now the Rockets head coach.
Yeah, now the Rockets head coach, like he left because of circumstances.
Yeah.
But Mazzulla getting this opportunity, like I don't think anyone would have known the guy's name or how weird or deep he is, apparently.
Right.
Like, but I'm very, very glad that he exists in our universe.
I know, and like, it's it's nihilistic point of view, right? Where
Yeah,
it's like,
like,
nothing matters,
We're all gonna die, so whatever.
and
Let's just-
eventually they'll forget about whatever's happening now. So
yeah, and he kind of says, what was it? The pressure is a privilege. And
yes,
stuff like that. Like, it's awesome to be, stressed out about, or having these expectations.
yeah. He
and
said it's much
we-
better not to be expected to lose all the time,
yeah,
as the Cowboys have grown accustomed to.
right.
Like, they've got the exact opposite, where it's like, damn, we put together a great season last year. We won the NBA title in 5 games. Really didn't struggle with anybody along the way. And now we've got to somehow top that. I mean, it goes back to like the Warriors teams where, they win the title and they add KD. And then it's like, well, how much better can you get? They go 73-9, but that's the one that they lost, right?
Right,
They
yeah.
lost. That's when the Cavs came back. So I'm very fascinated with this point of view as well, because I try not to look at things like that. Like, I've had people, that are more nihilistic with their point of view on life and everything. And I kind of think that things do matter, because, like, if nothing matters, then why are we doing anything,
Yeah,
Like,
why do anything at all?
right. Like,
Why exist?
why exist? Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's like, but I appreciate the point of view, because I saw that clip and I was like, you know what? He's right. I need to get back into sports betting.
Oh,
So I got back into sports betting after I saw this clip. I made a deposit, and I'm going to start making parlays again, because I used to do this like 5 or 6 years ago, and I was pretty good at it. But I just kind of stopped out of nowhere. I don't really know why. I kind of got like, my balance was pretty high, and so I just withdrew the money, and I was like, well, it's not going to get any better than this. But it could.
you never know.
And if it doesn't, it doesn't matter.
right, who cares?
'Cause we're
You're
gonna
gonna
die soon.
anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm back into
You'll just
sports
die
betting.
with less money, and you can't take that to heaven with you.
Ex-
Or hell.
Oh, where am I going, Joe Mazzulla?
Tell us.
Tell us.
Tell us.
Tell
Joe.
us. All right. Well, thanks to Joe Mazzulla for providing us with.
Our nihilistic minute.
Yes,
I kind of want to do that every week.
we can do that. That's fine.
Yeah.
I like
Something
that.
happened? Who cares?
Make
We're
a
all
note.
gonna die.
We're gonna forget,
Yeah.
So
hold
we'll
on.
just
I'm gonna type things right now.
type things, and I'll set up the next topic. So Anthony Edwards was a player that the Mavs dispatched on their way to the NBA Finals. Unfortunately, they did not win the finals. They lost to the Boston Celtics. And Anthony Edwards had a very interesting thing that he said, where he basically said if he wins a title in the next 3 or 4 years, he's going to switch and play football.
Okay.
He's going to switch sports. He's going to go, I guess, Michael Jordan or...
Kind of Michael Jordan, or
Yeah, kind of.
try to Bo Jackson,
the
or
Bo-
like, would he still play basketball as well, or just cold turkey? I'm going to football.
I think he's just going to play just football. I mean, maybe he would come back to the NBA. I don't see. For me, I'm like, I would understand if he went from football to the NBA, because like it seems like it's way easier to get paid in the NBA. You're not gonna get your head knocked off.
Contracts are guaranteed.
Contracts are guaranteed.
Mhm.
And like the shelf life of an NBA player is much longer than an NFL player,
Right, unless you're a quarterback.
unless you're a quarterback. So, and he talks here where he's, he excelled at running back, quarterback, and cornerback.
Oh,
So he
good.
was a standout on the Pop Warner circuit. so
okay.
it may have been a while.
maybe.
I don't
But
know
he's
if
still
it's,
pretty young, so it wasn't that long ago.
do you think his pads still fit?
He's fairly skinny, maybe.
He is pretty skinny. But I mean, at this point, if he were to play out the rest of his contract, he'll be 28 with nearly $300 million in NBA career earnings. $300 million by age 28.
It's pretty good life if you can have it.
That you could probably have a basketball court that said "Ant" on it in your backyard if you wanted.
But please respect his privacy.
But respect his privacy for sure. So I just always think that's interesting when athletes, because LeBron's always talked about playing tight end for the Cowboys,
Right.
And then
Yeah, it's kind of, what is it? The athletes always want to be musicians. Musicians always want to be athletes.
Yeah.
Like actors want to play sports. It's like nobody's happy with what they're doing even if they enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
Like they always want to do something else, or they've got talents in this other thing, so they think, oh well, I can totally be top of my profession in this as well.
Yeah.
And unless you're me or you can't be that versatile.
And I only see one you and one me.
Yeah. We're Shippy and Grubes.
Yeah, we are. I'm Shippy.
I'm Grubes.
And the Mavericks season gets rolling this week. On Thursday, we've got the home opener.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I'm in busy season now.
Oh, you're in busy season.
Busy season. Yep. Like comeback season for Johnny Manziel.
Yes.
But the Mavericks get rolling this week. I'm super excited. I don't know the last time I was this excited about a team. I think this is the deepest team that the Mavericks have had since 2011.
Yeah.
I mean, good thing they signed Spencer Dinwiddie with Dante Exum, breaking his wrist. Because for a while it looked like Dinwiddie probably wasn't even going to play.
Right.
Like he would be like what last year, what AJ Lawson was or something like that. Like at the end of the bench, that was going to be Spencer Dinwiddie, who, 4 years ago, that was like
he was like a big deal.
He
when
was the
brought him in.
sidekick to Luka.
Yeah.
Like he was he was part of the big trade.
Yeah,
like
for the guy
that we brought to Dallas. It slipped my
I can't
mind.
remember.
Me neither.
Yeah.
You can't remember.
No, was that Kyrie? No.
It wasn't. Was it Kyrie? It was.
Oh crap.
It was. They
I
were
think
traded.
I was right.
Yeah,
Yay.
they were.
I know
'cause it
sports.
was Dodo. It was
Yeah.
Dodo. Yeah. So that brought Kyrie. Now Kyrie's still with the Mavericks.
Right.
And now Spencer's back. He said, I want to team up with Kyrie. And I'm really excited about the season. I think Najee Marshall is going to be great. I think fans are going to love him.
Have you gotten to see much from Clay?
Not a whole. So his first home game where he was talking about he was so nervous. Like it was funny to hear a 4-time or 5-time NBA champion.
Yeah, like 13, 14 years in the league, I think, at this point.
And he was like his first preseason game with the Mavericks. He was talking about the nerves and he was like, I was nervous. I had the jitters, and you could kind of tell he didn't shoot very well. But then the next game he started knocking some down. You started to see vintage Clay.
Yeah.
And that's without Luka on the court, where a lot of people were obviously some people I saw overreacting that he wasn't shooting. It's mostly just the people who like to comment on stuff and troll about his 0 for 9 or 0 for 10.
Yeah, same people
And
making the ring jokes about Dak.
Exactly, the same crowd. Thank you. And so for me, I'm like, it's just good for him to get out there and get some run at his new gym, the new court, and then I don't think you can really fairly assess how he's going to play until Luka's out there because he changes everything.
Yeah.
We had our dress rehearsal game against the Bucks where the majority of the team played, but Luka still didn't play. They played 3 quarters and it's like as much as we saw from the real team, that is nowhere near the real team.
No, that's going to open up things so much. God, Kyrie, Luka, and Clay all together. That's insane to think about.
I feel like I'm living a dream. Kyrie and Clay have both been a couple of my favorite players. I've liked Steph a little bit, but I always enjoyed watching Clay play. Just knocking down corner threes, coming off screens and just knocking everything down. Or he had a 40 or 50 point game and he took 11 dribbles in the game.
Yeah, just insane.
That's
just
ridiculous.
Catch and shoot.
And so I'm like I said, I've never been this excited. I think Quentin Grimes is going to be really excited or really exciting for fans as well. Jaden Hardy looked really good in the preseason. He just signed a 3-year extension. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, the West is going to be tough. You got the Thunder still. I think the Timberwolves are still going to be really good. I think a team like Memphis could make a big jump. I mean, if John Morant's able to not show guns on social media,
Yeah, if he can stop shooting people.
yeah, and
Allegedly.
and stay healthy. He
Yeah.
always seems to hurt his knee or something. But no, I think that there's a very good chance that they could make another run. I mean, if you've got Luka, if you just have Luka and Kyrie, you feel really good about your chances. But
Yeah, we made it to the finals with them.
yeah, and factor in Derek Lively now in his second year. There was
He's still
one.
21 now, or is he still 20?
I can't remember.
Regardless, he's young.
He's young AF. He's 20.
Golly.
Can't even have a beer yet. And so,
You gonna buy his first one?
but yeah, I will.
Nice.
I will. Hopefully it's his birthday's in February. So my
that's
Sober
crazy.
October will be done by then.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Oh, how is that going?
It's going good, man. So I had a gig last night, and we'll get into this a little bit later because I had a very strange encounter.
Ooh.
But last night I had so many people offer me drinks, and I was like, no, I can't. I said, I'm 9 days away from completing this. Come on, no. I'm like, dude, I'm trying. When I do something, I do it. I take pride in sticking to it and seeing it through and giving it my all. And it's But it was tough. And I got on Saturday, I was at Bottled Fort Worth with Blackbeard, the DJ of the Dallas
A
Cowboys.
good man.
Me and him DJ'd together Saturday night.
And he'll do a Jaeger bomb on you.
Oh my God.
Or Jaeger shot, maybe. I can't remember. But I know the Jaeger was involved in some way the times that we teamed up at the Rough Riders games.
He loves Jaeger. It's just Jaeger. Because on my birthday, me and him did a set together, and he's like, all right, he's like, I'll DJ Shippy. It's your birthday. Let's have some fun. Go get us some Jaeger. Like, so that night when it wasn't sober October, it was drunk September.
Yeah.
I enjoyed quite a few Jaegers.
I'm glad you survived that. Like, it's fun, but it's fair to say he's a large man.
Yes.
And he has a much higher capacity for that. And so definitely don't try to keep up with him, but it's fun trying to.
Yeah, it's fun.
Until you forget how the night went.
Have y'all ever noticed how when you're not drinking, the drinking peer pressure just ups by 20?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And everybody's like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, nothing is wrong with me. I just don't want to drink. Like,
yeah. And I think it's also like, I think we do have enough of a reputation from our past.
True.
That it's a little bit different than, the friend that to be a casual drinker and all that.
Right.
But when all of a sudden you're like, no, I'm, not having any drinks tonight. They're like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like, did you die?
Yeah. Is everything okay?
Yeah.
Is your health good? Did the
Right.
doctor tell you to stop drinking? I was like, no, I just wanted to take a month off.
Yeah. Just see if you can do it.
Yeah. And I'm 22 days in.
Hell yeah, you are.
So definitely, it's been good though. Like, I had somebody offer me $100 on Saturday at the end of the night. This dude with a table in front of us, he had this glass that was filled with like just a clear alcohol or something. And he goes, I'll give you $100 to drink this. And I was like,
did they
no.
know that you were being
No, he didn't know that.
He just
offered $100 to drink that. It wasn't to break my sober October. It was
he just had money and wanted to see someone do something.
Yeah, and then it's also like, well, I don't know this guy, and I'm also about to drive from Fort Worth back home. Like, what if he roofied me?
Right.
Can you drive on roofies?
I don't know.
Probably not.
I don't suggest it.
Well, I don't suggest doing roofies.
Like when you get roofied, you get hit hard. Like, and it's not takes a few minutes. It's in the next 30 minutes, you're not going to remember the rest of your night.
I don't like that Ashley knows.
Yeah, it happened. 23rd
yeah.
birthday. I was drinking water.
Oh, dang, really?
Mm-hmm.
It's so unfair. Like, it's not good no matter what, but it's like when you're trying to.
Oh, yeah.
When you're
I fell down a flight of stairs, and a
God.
cop had to escort me and my friends home because we were Ubering, and my friends were like, we really need some help. She's just been drinking water. What do we do? Like, please help us.
Dang.
I woke up the next morning, and I thought I got hit by a train. It was the worst. And I was like, I drank water last night. What happened to me?
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, that's not good.
They can roofie anything, y'all. Anything.
But they shouldn't roofie anything.
Right.
Never.
Ever.
It's bad.
Don't let a random guy buy you a drink.
Yeah.
Or get you a water.
Or girl.
Or
don't
girl.
trust anyone.
You know what? I've heard of some men getting roofied lately.
I feel like there was one time I might have got roofied.
Really?
Yeah, like this was probably like 3 or 4 years ago. But it's like one of those things where, because I didn't drink that much. Like I know what my capacity in terms of drinking used to be. Which you've seen before.
It's impressive.
And so, as is yours.
I was gonna say I'm not judging.
Yeah, we could throw some back.
Yeah.
And
now it hurts too much.
Now it hurts too much. Like it takes about 3 to 4 business days to recover.
And we are successful podcast hosts.
Yes.
We don't have time for that nonsense.
No, because we got to show prep and wake up and put on a good show for you guys.
All an hour before the show starts.
Yes. So that is how the Maverick season's going to go. And speaking of drinking, if you are going to drink and you want your team to get the call reversed because there was a poor pass interference call, just do what Texas did and throw a bunch of beer bottles on the field.
The entire...
Yeah, the students are now raining bottles down there. This is unfortunate. This is going to delay the game. That's the student section down there in the corner. They're not going to win the Taco Bell contest at this rate.
No.
Did you see that?
No.
Did you see it? Like
I
so they threw. There was a pass interference call against Texas. That was a bad call. Like it was a bad call. And then fans start throwing beer bottles all over the field. It delays the game.
Mm-hmm.
The refs gather, then overturn the call.
Wow.
Because of the delay, I'll pull up the play here in a second.
Yeah, I was going to ask, like, I don't know if the refs really do interviews after games. Like, I know most don't, but, like, did they at any point acknowledge, like, hey, we basically reversed it because it was that bad or because the fans were going nuts?
I didn't see if the refs said anything. Kirby Smart, the Georgia head coach, obviously had some comments on it.
I would imagine.
But I didn't see an actual, like the refs saying anything. Like, I don't know if it's like the NBA where they'll mess up and then they'll tell you afterwards, like, oh, yeah, we messed up. And then it's like, well, that doesn't.
Yeah, sorry.
Well, we still lost the game because of this controversial call. But here's the play that was that caused all the fans to throw their beer cans and stuff on the field.
For the route, you tell me. There's contact both ways.
No, come on.
So,
really?
All right, here's what I got.
Hold.
The defender has the right to get in front of him. I don't see him holding him.
So
yeah, that's bad.
If anything, I thought it was offensive pass interference. It looked like the Georgia receiver was engaged with him and then turned around. So at the most, it should have been offensive pass interference, but that's what pissed off all of the Longhorn faithful, and that's when they started throwing the beer and stuff on the field. And Kirby Smart said afterwards, he said, now we've set a precedent. If you throw a bunch of stuff on the field and endanger athletes, you have a chance to get the call reversed. That's dangerous.
I can't really disagree.
No, it's and like he didn't even say anything. Like he may agree, like, hey, that was a bad call. But it's like,
but it's also, you can't just, if the fans are freaking out, be like, yeah, sorry, never mind, please calm down.
You're right, we messed up. We stopped throwing beer cans. Like, we will reverse the call. It's like Texas hadn't been number one in a long time. I don't know when the last time was, but it's been a long time.
Been a while.
It's been a while. And they're getting, they're getting crushed at home. It was 23-8 at the point of this happening. Yeah. And it just felt like the kind of entitled kid, who has one bit of adversity go their way. Like the whole game they were getting dominated by Georgia. The Texas offensive line could not stop Georgia's defensive line. Whether it was Quinn Ewers or Arch Manning back there, they had no time to throw. Arch Manning had a couple good runs. But other than that, they just stifled the offense. It was just Georgia outplayed them. And that one call, it just seemed like was Texas fans just crying and just they didn't get their way or, something went against them and they're unhappy about it, so they're going to ruin the game for everybody.
Yeah, and they're littering.
They are littering.
Not cool.
I wonder who had to
don't
pick
drink and don't litter.
Yeah, and don't roofie.
Yeah.
I wonder who had to pick all those beer cans up,
Definitely not the kids.
Definitely not.
Not the students.
No, unless they want to get a minor in possession.
True.
Can you imagine a 10-year-old kid's helping him, like the ball kid, and he gets arrested on the sideline.
Ooh, I never thought of that.
He's like, sir, you've got an open container. It's like, well, nope, come here.
I was picking it up.
Yeah,
I was trying to. No, you're going to jail.
You are going
for 50 years.
For 50 years.
Yeah. Don't pick up trash ever, kids.
Well,
no.
I mean, maybe sometimes.
Okay.
If you see something, maybe.
Don't make me start this one because you could easily get fentanyl.
Oh, God.
Put on you.
No.
Don't
Next
pick
topic.
up random things.
Hey, did you see that the NFL is considering changing the kicking game on us?
What?
Yeah, they said
that's the biggest part of football.
Dude, I love the field goal. Just the fact
I know you do.
So much has to go perfectly. You got to snap it. The guy's got to catch it. He's got to put it down. The lace has got to be out.
Yeah, the wind's got to cooperate.
There's so many variables. And then you got 11 people there's just this massive just confusion and violence in
all
front of
trying to maul
it.
You.
They're trying, sometimes people will take your legs out or somebody will try to jump over somebody. It's beautiful. The best part of the sport. Should be worth more than 3 points to me.
Yeah.
Well, NFL executive Jeff Milner says the competition committee will possibly look at narrowing goalposts after the season.
Ooh.
Because kickers are just too good. Kickers have already converted on 77 kicks of 50 yards or more this season, which is a significantly higher number through 6 weeks than the league has ever seen before. So, my thing is I guess I'm cool with, narrowing the goalpost. That just makes the field goal that much more beautiful.
Right.
You've got less leeway to make it. But it's also I don't want the arena football field goal posts where they're like this, but that's only because the field's 40 yards total.
What if they have to kick it through the little square in the thing, that they do at the halftime games.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
The Dr. Pepper
Yeah,
thing, the throwing challenge or whatever.
What if you have to kick it through that now?
Okay, I'm in on that.
That'd be even more beautiful.
Maybe that's extra points. Like
Yeah.
if you hit it through this section,
Right, get it through the first thin in post thing.
Yeah,
The tine.
This thing.
Yeah.
I don't know how to.
But then you get it through the Dr. Pepper thing, and that's worth 500 points.
Man, dude, the Cowboys would never lose. We got the
We're
best
making
player
it like
in the
a
NFL.
snitch or like this, isn't it the snitch from Hogwarts with?
The little ball that everybody's
yeah.
chasing.
Yeah.
Quidditch.
Yeah.
I don't catch a lot of Harry Potter
Yeah.
references.
So
really know
technically,
Harry
it
Potter.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many points you get. Whoever catches the golden snitch wins.
Sounds like a Calvin ball from Calvin and Hobbes, if you ever read that.
Dude, I used to love Calvin and Hobbes.
The best.
I don't really remember any, I guess, episode or like story or whatever.
Yeah.
Like none of them stick out to me, but I used to read them all the time because I just thought they were great.
Yeah, but yeah, Calvin ball, like there basically were no rules, or they would change in the middle of the game. So maybe they need to incorporate that into football. Mr. Jeff Miller or whatever his name is.
Yeah, I forgot his name already.
It doesn't
but
matter.
I agree with you.
He wants to change the game, and we don't like that.
We don't like it, but I'm always down to make the field goal more beautiful than it already is, which I didn't think was possible.
Yeah, but apparently it can get more beautiful.
I sure can.
Just like you, Shippy.
What about Drake May? Do you think he's beautiful?
I don't know what he looks like,
Well,
but I think I know what he looks like based on his name.
so let me.
Yeah, that's about right.
So let me see what you think about him after I play this clip of why he thinks. So he's basically trying to explain. They just played New England and Jacksonville just played a game in London, and so they were asking him why British people should cheer for a team named the Patriots.
Ooh.
Hi, Drake. We've already asked your head coach, but we're looking for great ambassadors, and what better than yourself for the Patriots? There are a lot of fans here in the UK who are yet to have an NFL team that they support and devote their lives to. What is your message for those new fans? Why should they be supporting the Patriots?
First off, I think it comes in the team name, New England. I think it's easy for, UK fans to, be attracted to that. Our colors are pretty sweet. I think they represent a lot of different things. And then from there, just kind of the excitement from the team. I think we got, we're on the come up, and we got a lot of things to look forward to, a lot of bright futures ahead. So shout out to all the fans that are already Patriot fans over here, and look forward to having some more.
Amazing.
So I think he skipped all of history.
I was going to say, I think he might need to read a book or two.
Yeah, I mean, he went to North Carolina. It's a pretty good school, but I'm starting to think he didn't get there on academics.
Right.
Because he literally was telling British people, like, yeah, we're the team. You should cheer for us because England is in the name, but failing to acknowledge the history and the beef that was there and how now we own this place.
Right.
And he's like, yeah,
Man.
cheer for the Patriots. He goes, our colors are pretty sweet.
Which, like he could say, like, hey, they are the colors of your flag too. And
Right.
all that. But yeah, he doesn't quite understand what he...
Saying that he knows what their colors are.
Yeah, he might not.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Probably thinks it's all just like gray, like the skies out there. Or something.
Maybe he's colorblind like dogs.
And skin.
And skin, yeah. Skin and dogs are the only people I know that are colorblind. I sometimes think I am, but I don't know. Like when I wear like dress stuff, I can never tell if my pants are black or dark blue. So
I was gonna say, like, your whole wardrobe is just black.
no,
so
I know that's why I do that. But there are
yeah.
some things like when I dress up, like I've got some pants that are dark blue, and I will. If I'm getting ready for a fancy thing that doesn't happen very often, I'll put it up to a light. I'm like,
yeah, that's the color that can be tough.
Yeah.
Like I've definitely made that mistake before, where it's like, yeah, that wasn't the dark, or that wasn't the black pants that I thought they were. When
yeah,
I'm putting on my wind pants, my
Well,
track pants.
your track pants.
Yeah.
Are they the pants that you can just like?
No, I've never owned a pair, but one of my friends, Amanda Cobra, I'm not sure if you've ever met her. Like, she used to hang at the Barley House with all our crew back in the day, but like, she was always convinced that I should own at least like a dozen pairs of tearaway pants.
Yeah, I think that that's a good idea.
But then it's like, but I always wear shorts anyway.
And-
So
right. And you know what's real? Like, the thing you don't think about with the tearaway pants is once you tear them off, you got to button them all back up.
I was gonna say they're kind of a beating.
Yeah, like that's why NBA, like they just do it and then they hand it. They got somebody for that.
Man, that's
You
so
know,
fancy.
they have somebody that clips them all
Yeah.
back together for
Why
them.
not just use magnets?
Why not?
Mark Cuban, call me.
Yeah.
And, wait, before we put the show and post it, we need to talk to the patent office.
Okay,
Yes, we
you
do.
got a deal. Did you know though? But they make kids' clothes like that now. They have instead of
magnets?
the zippers and the buttons, they do magnets.
Well, damn it. Well, screw it.
Dude, you know what this reminds me of? Is
I just lost out on like $5 billion.
and I had an idea that I lost out on $5 billion too, like years ago. Well, I thought it'd be so funny as a bit to like buy a thing for like a pet in a pool with like a shark back on it, so when they're swimming, it looks like a little shark. And then like a week later, I see a freaking commercial on
Aw.
TV with them selling that.
They read your mind.
Like something, man. I don't know.
Damn it.
Damn it. Are you going for the Dodgers or the Yankees
I don't know.
in the World Series? They're
It
playing
doesn't
in the
matter.
World
We're all gonna
Series.
die.
That is
Oh.
true.
Probably the Dodgers because Shohei Ohtani is so damn fun.
Yeah.
But it's like, and they're going against the Yankees, but it's also like the Dodgers are the Yankees of the National League.
And-
like, it's good for the sport overall, I think, for the Dodgers and Yankees to be meeting up, especially with Ohtani on one side, Judge on the other. But it's also like, it's not as fun for a fan, maybe. I don't know. I'm still conflicted about it because it is a great storyline. It's a great matchup. It'll be fun as hell. But it also just feels so generic. Like, you make it to the end of a season, it's like, yeah, the Dodgers and Yankees made it.
But the good news
Cool.
is this hasn't happened in a long time. Like,
Right.
The 2020 when you DJ'd for them
Mhm.
was the last time that the Dodgers made the World Series,
Right.
right? And the Yankees, I think it's been since like
2009.
2009. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been a long time. So I'm to the point where I'm like, okay, typically I hate this type of thing, like, because those are two teams that buy their teams. And that's why I think I'm cheering for the Yankees is because the Dodgers payroll is like $400 million or something. Like, it's stupid. Like, and I know the Yankees is too. What's the Yankees?
Ridiculous. But
Uh.
like, that is the funny thing, though, is like, even with all that money spent on so much of both of their rosters, like, the Dodgers pitching has been pretty decimated for most of the year with injuries and stuff. So, like,
Yeah.
they've been using, call-ups and, guys that would probably be in the minors for most of the year. And so I think that's where it does kind of even out to an extent, maybe, where, they do have more depth probably
Yeah.
because of the money that they've spent. But the guys that, I think were supposed to make more of the difference on the pitching side, a lot of them have been hurt. And I
Mhm.
think, that kind of is going to happen with most teams by the time you get to near the end of a postseason. It's such a war of attrition,
Yeah.
like, just that's kind of just how it goes. But yeah, as much as I kind of want to hate that it's a Dodgers-Yankees matchup, like, the teams are both so compelling
Mm-hmm.
and fun.
The star
and all
power is
that.
incredible.
Yeah, the star power is insane. So it all works out, and it's also like, you kind of get it from a national perspective of like, look, how many people really wanted to watch Rangers and Diamondbacks last year as much as we wanted to watch it.
Right. I think nationally
It's-
the ratings were not very good.
Yeah.
Which I get it.
And but then you also go into the argument of like, for the entire regular season, it's a local game, essentially.
Yeah.
You have the game of the week and stuff on, national TV once a week. But overall, baseball is very local. It's, local markets. There's blackouts, so you can't see teams in other markets unless you are watching the national game of the week and stuff. And so it's just a interesting thing. We're all of a sudden become such a nationally focused, we need these big numbers, throughout the playoffs because that's what Fox and TBS or whoever are paying for. It's just, sorry, I'm getting down a little rabbit hole, but
Oh
it's
no,
just
you're good.
fascinating with the whole marketplace, changes so much when you get into the postseason. So it's like, yeah, you know what? Make it the Dodgers and Yankees, and it'll still be fun. It's baseball. I love baseball.
I'm starting to love baseball again. Like,
Oh,
I've been
nice.
watching more playoff baseball than I think, other than last year when the Rangers were in, than I have ever before. because I had to take a little break from baseball after working radio and then running the Rangers game right after and putting in like a 12-hour a day for like an entire summer. It took a minute to get back into baseball, but I think I'm there. I'm also cheering for the Yankees because my friend Carlos Rodon plays for them.
Oh, that's right.
He
He's
used to be on the White Sox, and so I met him because Derek was on the team at the time.
Derek Holland.
And
former
Derek
Ranger,
Holland, yes. And yeah, he's a great guy. Really good at Call of Duty. I'm way better than him at Rocket League. But yeah, I'm cheering for him. And then as far as the salary cap or the salary goes for both teams, the Yankees, $193 million, almost 194. The Dodgers, $325 million.
And does that count Shohei's $70 million contract? Because
he did something
like basically he's only getting paid $2 million a season.
But it's all on signing bonus or something.
Yeah, but I think it still maybe counts on the payroll. I don't know. It's accounting and math, and we don't need to go into that. That's not what Shippy and Grooves is about.
No.
We're about dying soon. We're not about math.
You know what else we're about? Great Halloween costumes.
Yeah.
Marc-Andre Fleury, the goalie for the Wild still?
I think he's still with them.
Is he still with them? Pretty
He's
sure.
moved a couple times.
Yeah, he's moved around a lot, and they've talked about moving him. I'm pretty sure he's still with the Wild. But the thing I am certain of is that he dressed up as McLovin for Halloween, and he looks pretty much just like him.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I mean, when I think about that's one thing I love about the NHL teams. I don't know if the NBA does this, but like you'll see the NHL teams or the NHL account tweet out or post the players' different Halloween costumes, and they're always really good. Last year, I'll never forget, Wyatt Johnston as a Teletubby was amazing, and Joe Pavelski dressed up as Mullet Mike last year.
Oh my God, that's right.
And incredible. Like he and actually Joe ended up he had like the wrestling belt that Mullet Mike wears, and he had it signed, I think, by the whole team. He had or maybe the jersey. He had something signed by the whole team and gave it to Mullet Mike the next time he saw him at like a practice or whatever. So have you figured out do you have any Halloween plans?
Well, I know that we're going to be at YDC is going to be at Smoky Rose on Halloween night. So we have a plan. We have costumes, and mine also involves my dog Ponyo. And it's going to be pretty cute, and I'm realizing now that I still don't have the costume, so I probably need to get my ass on it.
Dude, I need to get a costume. I don't know what I'm going to be yet. I need to do it ASAP.
I was going to ask. I should have checked the schedule. Do you have Mavs or Stars that
Mavs
night?
game
Okay,
on
I thought
Halloween.
So.
No, as soon as you started talking about it, I was like, oh yeah, I can't go to that because we have the Mavs game. I can't remember who we play, but it's on actual Halloween, which would be cool. I think I'm going to dress up. I did it last time we had one. I dressed up that's when I did the Peaky Blinders thing.
Yeah, that was insane.
Dude, it was awesome.
That was well done.
So my mom's friend, Becky Franz, she had her grandfather or something had that old coat that I was wearing. Like that was legit from like that time period. And so she just happened to have that. So I just had to get like the little vest and stuff underneath it. But
that's insane.
No,
yeah, that was one of the best costumes I've seen.
Thank you. Yeah, it was fun, dude. And it felt like real fancy, like when I was.
I was
wearing
gonna say you
too.
probably felt a little more confident.
I did.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, should I dress like this more often?
Yeah.
And then I went back to wearing all black, and so
you got to be Shippy.
I got to be me. So, still trying to figure out what I want to be for Halloween. I don't really have any plans. Like, I may on Halloween night. Once it hits midnight and it's November 1st, I'll have a drink, after the game.
Yeah,
so I think
gotta celebrate.
I think I may dress up for the Mavs game, but I don't know what I'm going to be yet. I need to stop by like a Party City or a Spirit or something, wherever those are
I think there's a Spirit near me.
Oh, really?
Like, so maybe on your way home today, you can...
I can just stop right in and see if anything catches my eye.
Sounds like Shippy and Groups need to go to Spirit together.
Maybe.
Well, we could do that.
Let's go.
Would your costume be there? For you and
Should.
Ponyo?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, we can make a trip there.
I also just need to double check with our big boss Becca if she's ordered costumes or not. I'm assuming she hasn't because she probably would have asked my size or something.
Probably.
Which would be muscular.
Yes.
So I think I might need to stop by Spirit.
Yeah. Well.
But that's not for us to worry about today.
Not today, but what we are worried about today is the fun thing that we get to do because of Big Boss Becca.
Yay.
Thank you.
Love you, Becca.
We are going to see the advanced screening of Venom: The
Yes.
Last Dance.
It will be badass, I think.
I can't wait. I love, like, I've always liked Spider-Man, you know, but growing up, Venom was like, when Venom was introduced, I was like, yo, that's my guy.
Because he wears all black.
Dude, I should have known then. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
But no, I'm really excited. Have you ever done like an advanced screening like this before?
Probably, but I can't remember right now.
The only time I've done it before was one time when Delino was with the Rangers. He had the blue in his hair, and he was called Sonic by the team.
Yeah.
And so he did an advanced screening of the first Sonic movie that came out. So I got to go to that. I fell asleep in the theater.
Classic shit.
Dude, I don't know if it's narcolepsy or if it's just being tired or what, but I have a problem where if I'm watching a movie or a TV show, if I watch for too long, like, I will just go to sleep.
And like my mom does that too, where, you know, she'll be watching a movie and then all of a sudden at some point you're like, oh, she's out.
No, like when I'm watching movies with my girlfriend, she will check on me. Like sometimes I like to put my legs up, like if I'm laying on the couch, just
Like
kind of
stirrups?
like kind of have them like bent, like how they are now. Like, but imagine me on my back. I'll like put my legs up. Like it feels good to bend my knees, you know?
Sure.
And then so she can't see my face. And she'll tell me literally I have to put my legs down so she could check to make sure that I'm not falling asleep while we're watching a movie or TV show or something.
That's awesome.
So, and I can't figure out what it is.
I like that me and Ashley, I think, pretty much went to the same place with our visual image.
Oh, yeah.
Our mental image.
The visual
As soon as,
Yeah.
well, as soon
that was not the same as what you gave.
yeah, well, as soon as I was explaining it, I was like, I don't know if I did the best job of explaining that.
Yeah, or it's your knees are up, not your whole
Did I say my
legs.
legs?
Yeah.
So my knees are bent like this, and then my back is like that with my head on the pillow.
I don't
over
think
here.
that's much better of an explanation, but you know what?
It's pretty good.
We're gonna go
Yeah.
with it.
So
It could just be you're relaxing, and your body gives into relaxation.
no, I think that's what it is for
Yeah.
sure. Because I think it's like we talked about last week. Like I have a hard time slowing my brain down.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And I feel like when I'm watching something, that's when it finally slows down, and then that's when I just fall asleep all of a sudden.
Yeah.
So I won't put my legs up for Venom though today. I will stay awake. I promise.
But if you do fall asleep, I'm definitely getting a picture and or video of you
That-
snoring.
That is.
I want a picture of him snore. I want a video of him snoring.
Yes.
I will. I mean, I do snore. So hopefully I
Venom-
don't do that today.
Venom's gonna come out and do something, and Shippy.
Pretty much. Yeah. No. I think it'll be more exciting than Sonic though.
Yeah,
it should be more
like
action packed.
I've seen a preview, trailer at the last movie I went to with my girlfriend Darcy.
Mhm.
Need to give her a shout out just for fun.
Yeah.
But it looks badass.
Yeah.
So I think we're in for a treat.
Me too.
And if not, maybe we get some free popcorn or something.
That would be great.
Yeah.
That would be great. I'll take some Sour Patch watermelon too. I love those.
Ooh, those are good.
Or the nerd gummy clusters.
Yeah. You did not
Dude.
have to tell me about
Woohoo.
those.
Man, I
We-
think I was addicted for a while.
Man, when the Freak was still going, our friend Carrie, Freak Jesus,
Mm-hmm.
every week would send a big Amazon box full of gummy clusters.
So that's okay. That's how y'all
so
got
that's
all
where
those?
I think, like it was insane. Like all of a sudden, just every week, at some point during that week, just I would get a message from our office manager saying, "Hey, got another box on your desk of gummy clusters." I'm like, "Thanks, I got it. Okay, I'll text Carrie. Thank you."
You're like,
and
thank
all
you,
that.
damn it.
But then they would all be gone by the next week.
Oh
Like,
yeah, no, I don't remember exactly when I discovered them, but I do remember that it changed my life.
yeah. And now there's like gummy cluster ropes, and it's just
There's a blue flavor now, which I don't like as much as the
Oh.
original pink flavor, and then there's another one that just came out in the last couple weeks that my friend, who knew I was addicted to them for a while, sent them to me. I forgot what they were now, but there's a new flavor. So
yeah, they're like orange. I think I saw or
yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Man.
try them at your own risk. Just be aware that you may become addicted,
Mhm.
just like we were.
Indeed. But I'm looking forward to having some with you tonight.
Me too.
Yeah.
I also wanted to get your thoughts on how I handled an encounter last night at the bar that I was working at.
Talk to me.
It was, I don't know, maybe 12:30 or 1 a.m. This guy walks up to me. He's got money in his hand. And I was like, okay, cool. So he wants a song. He's going to request a song. And he comes up to me. He hands me the song. He says, hey, can you play yada yada by yada yada? I was like, yeah, sure. He goes, I just got out, and I was like, oh, you just got out, like just out and like you just stepped out right now. He's like, no.
Was it Akon locked up or something?
Yeah, he goes, no, he said I just got out. I was in prison for 14 years. And I was like, oh, and so I said, well, welcome back.
Yeah. Did he specifically go to that bar because you were working it?
No, I don't think he knew who I
Okay.
was. He was telling me that he was still getting acclimated to life.
Man,
Like,
that
he
does
didn't-
have to feel like a hell of a time warp.
Dude, for
14 years?
yeah,
2010?
So yeah, 2010. Like,
Man.
I didn't ask what he was in for because that's a long time. I didn't really want to know. You know what I mean? Like, it was
Right.
towards the end of the shift, and I was like, all right. I also didn't know how to handle like. Is that the appropriate thing to
Is it
say?
bad?
Welcome
I really
back.
would like you to
Yeah.
stereotype this man.
What?
Really would like you to stereotype and describe this man. What did he look like? Did he look like he went in for insurance fraud? Or did he look like he went in for murder?
So he did tell me, he pointed at some friends, and I don't know if he said he had some shots with them in the past or if he did some shooting with them in the past. And that's when I was like, and he kind of made this look at me, and then he walked off, like almost. I don't know if he was like, I said too much, or like he's freaked out now, because I mean, it was jarring. Like, I'm just sitting here trying to play my music.
Yeah, you're just trying to play up into club music and 50 Cent and whatever.
And I'm like, and then he said that, and I was like, did you just say he's shot some people with these people?
Yeah,
And I was
or
like,
just done shots.
yeah, and I was so
Because
I
there
didn't-
is a big difference.
yeah, and I don't think you get 13 years or 14 years for just doing some
No.
shots with your friends, unless you make the bad choice of drinking and driving.
Yeah, don't do that.
But then, would that still even be 13 or 14 years?
I mean, Matt Bush is back in. Did you know that?
what?
Huh?
Matt Bush is back
Oh
in
yeah, I
jail.
saw that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, that
unfortunate.
sucks.
But his first time he was in for, like, I mean, it wasn't, I don't
didn't
know.
he- Did somebody die?
Yeah.
No, didn't die.
Yeah,
like,
the guy
ran
died.
over their head and stuff, but like they
Oh,
didn't die.
wait.
They didn't feel good for a while after, but
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
I thought the first one somebody died.
I don't believe so.
Oh.
I don't know.
That'll get you
Yeah.
quite a while.
But I don't know what. I didn't know if I handled it right. Do you say welcome
I mean, you're still
back?
here.
That's
so
true.
That's good.
That's true. Because there was. I mean, he was cool.
Yeah.
Do
But
you
it
say
was also-
congratulations?
Huh?
Does
I
congratulations
didn't say
work?
congratulations because like this is also like I struggle with like whenever this happened to me last season, actually last year. My friend who works for the Mavericks, I went to like elementary school with her. She was having a baby, and I'm friends with her husband now too. And so I was gonna text her, and I was talking to Melissa, who I work with the Mavericks, and I was like, do I say good luck before she goes, like before she has a kid, or say congrats? Like, do I just assume it's gonna go well?
Just say thinking about you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's good. But that's also like thinking about you. I feel like kind of implies like
Thinking about y'all.
good luck.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, there you go. That's what I should do.
Yeah. Have a
But-
good birthing.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Have a
usually
good birth
I usually don't
day.
text until after the fact. So like wait till after
Oh,
the
and then you say
baby's born,
congrats.
because then like you know what happened.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because like my best friend, her first son, that was really like traumatic.
Oh.
So it was like oh my God, I'm so glad he's here. But like she was like, yeah, no, it was awful. Because the last thing you want to do is be like, oh my God, tell me all about your birthing story. And
I want to
then-
go up and ask people that at the screening.
I think you should.
Just ask people their birthing
Yeah.
story. I mean, I don't know what kind of crowd. I don't know, like, who are we gonna be with?
I don't know. Like, I
this-
got the invite through Becca, and
Like-
so I don't know if this is like
Is John Blake gonna be there?
maybe he
That-
could have been my +1 if you weren't
That
if
would
you
have
weren't
been
available.
Cool. That would have been cool.
So I was starting to run thin because Darcy couldn't make it because she's got to do stuff, and then if you couldn't make it, maybe John Blake would have been my +1.
That would have been.
That would be awesome. He's retiring.
He is
Like,
retired.
he's
He's
got nothing to
semi-retired
do.
now.
Yeah, we talked to him a little bit, and
The
I don't
clubhouse
know if
guys
he's
might
gonna
be
know
there
how
with
to
y'all
do it.
tonight.
Oh yeah.
The clubhouse might be there with y'all.
ooh, probably.
They do screenings.
Oh, they do.
I like them.
How do you just get on a list? Like, how does?
Probably. Like, yeah, it's
Pretty
like,
sure
hey,
that's the
you're
Kelly
in the media.
Kitchens thing.
Oh, it's just like, hey, we want you to go to this and then put on your Instagram story that you loved it, so other
Yeah,
people
they'll
will buy
probably give us like
tickets.
a hashtag or something, and
Ooh,
maybe a QR code.
I love a good hashtag and a QR
Yeah,
code.
we'll see how with the times they are.
We'll see. We'll see. I mean, it's the last dance.
Yes.
I'm scared. I hope something bad doesn't happen to him. Is Venom a good guy or a bad guy?
Both.
Is it like
Yes.
is it kind of like
It's
the protagonist villain?
yeah,
Is that right?
and it's like this one especially. They seem like they're teaming up. Like Tom Hardy, the actual the Venom person.
Yes.
And then the Venom.
Yes.
Like they're somehow like split or something.
Yeah.
From what I can tell, it's
And then they
little
get back
confusing.
together.
Yeah, but they kind of team up. And
He's an anti-hero.
Oh,
Right.
That's what I was
Yeah.
looking for.
A morally ambiguous anti-hero.
Those are my favorite heroes, I think.
they're fun. Like Tony Soprano, Walter White, Yertle the Turtle, Clifford the Big Red Dog.
He's an anti-hero?
No.
He's a big ass dog.
He is.
That doesn't make him an anti-hero.
And
I
he's
don't even
red.
think he's technically a hero.
I guess I don't understand the term.
An anti-hero.
I know.
I was like, wait.
I just wanted to throw out Clifford the Big Red Dog for fun.
Real quick, before we get out of here, can you give me the update on American Airlines?
Oh, yeah. So American Airlines is changing the way they're doing boarding, or at least I believe they're planning to,
Mm-hmm.
where now if someone tries to board in a group that they are not in,
Mm-hmm.
an audible noise will happen that will alert the gate agent that that person is not in that boarding group.
Why?
I don't know.
It does. American Airlines, you buy your seat anyways. Like
Right.
you don't. It's not like Southwest where it's just first come first serve. Is it
Yeah.
still first come first serve
It
on
is.
Southwest?
We learned that over the summer when we took a trip.
Oh, you
Yeah.
did?
But yeah, so like, you're gonna have your seat, so it's
Right.
like, okay, if I was paying enough attention, then and I heard it first, let me go up there.
And is it just by letter or is there numbers that come with it too? Where you're supposed to be you're like D8, where you're supposed to be behind D7.
No,
like,
I don't think it's that specific, but
Okay.
yeah, it's
so it's just like if you have
groups
Group D and you go in with C,
then
you're gonna walk through.
Yeah,
and
a
it's
big
gonna,
fart will happen, and
then they're
people be
gonna
like, whoa,
they're all gonna shame you because
Yeah.
they said you did it. You
Yeah.
farted at the airport.
right.
Wow.
So yeah, so I'm very curious if it does anything. Like according to the article that I read, like it sounds like people overall are pretty positive about it. But
My thing is
it's
like,
also a
what
little
does it really solve? Like, what's the big deal if you have your seat? What's the big deal if you just got in there like a little bit earlier than your group?
Yeah, and I guess like the only other consideration is how it might affect like overhead space, but still, it's like you have your seat, so I don't know.
I can
I'm
understand
very
if you're
confused
like,
by-
so I can understand if you're like Group F and you're going in with A.
yeah,
But like if it's like C and D or something like that, like I've gone in to like one group too early,
Mhm.
like not even on purpose, but just like I thought I was with my group. I don't want to talk to every single person in line and figure out where the first letter is that I am associated with. So
yeah.
I don't know. To me, that's a weird thing to like.
It's a solution in search of a problem.
Yes, and I'll probably cause a lot of problems with that because the alphabet is tough.
Yeah, but you know what? The alphabet doesn't matter because we're all gonna die.
We sure are. As is this episode of Grubes and Shippy, or Shippy and Grubes. Episode number 11.
It's Grubes and Shippy now.
It's Grubes and Shippy, Shippy and Grubes.
and
The
Shippy.
Last Dance. Just kidding. We're going to have
We're
many
not
more dances.
I quit.
What?
Oh no.
No, you're not
Okay.
allowed. You can't quit
I
now.
quit this show.
You quit this episode today because we are done recording. Thank you for joining us here on Shippy and Grubes. I'm Shippy.
I'm Grubes.
And we appreciate you very much. Thank you for subscribing on Patreon under the Sunset Lounge. Thank you to Stolen Water Media for putting this show on for us. Thank you to Ashley for producing everything. And thank you for joining us. Until next time, good luck out there to everybody.
Chemistry.
I was terrible at chemistry.
I'm terrible at everything.
Is a Stolen Water Media presentation.